What's up, guys? Welcome back to another EA College Football 25 video, and today I'm here to break down the College Football 25 sights and sounds deep dive that they just came out with. Video starts. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the road to 1K subscribers, my friends. And leave a like down there if you enjoyed this video. So we gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Vision. During our development, we came in every day with the reminder that every team is someone's favorite team. This led us to focus on ensuring the presentation contained as much of the detail, sights, sounds, and traditions of the 134 FBS schools as possible in College Football 25. Below is a behind the scenes guide of how each team in college football fanatics came together and packed all into the game. See, one thing that I like that they're actually making the game feel different each game. Each game won't have the same atmosphere. Each game won't have that same feeling. A game in week 1 is going to feel different and look different and sound different than a game in week 7 or week 5. Like it's just crazy. See, look at this. Look at, like, we got bro driving out on the motorcycle. Come on. Sights and sound. Picture this. You are playing as Penn State, getting ready to take on your opponent. This all starts with your team running out the tunnel to Zombie Nation, blasting, and the whole stadium chanting, "We are Penn State." We recreated that feeling, sound, and visuals of pregame as if you are down on the field with them. There's nothing like it, and we wanted to make sure that you could experience the same feeling that these players have when you are walking out as your favorite team. Traditions. Game day traditions is the key element of what separates Saturday from Sunday all around the country. Knowing this, we went to painstaking lengths to build out and capture the sights and sounds of college football. Man, from what it looks like that they've done, it does look like they have went to some crazy lengths to get all 135, all the traditions and the way it looks and all of that. Runouts. To nail down the authentic feeling of college football, the school atmosphere is where it all begins. Walk out of the tunnel with 100,000 family and friends screaming for you, supporting you. We stay up close and personal with our camera saw throughout the game. This is done so you can feel the excitement with our epic runouts for each team and feel like you are just as much part of the team as the real players. Now that's also pretty cool. So basically what they're saying here is that the way that the camera and how each section of the game is presented is going to make you feel like you're actually down there on the field watching them, instead of what they're trying to go for. Instead of it feeling like a football game, it wants you to feel like you're actually there, you're actually on the field, you are a player for whatever team, you're actually out there. And I love that they're going to such lengths to actually make it feel different and have each unique game be different. Motion capture. Motion capture was the key to ensuring the accuracy and detail of all the props, from historical items to the brand new traditions of game day. Every prop was built to its accurate size and weight, then motion capped in a studio, allowing real people to interact with them. Simply using standing objects would not replicate authenticity. Oh my goodness. We built a 2-story ramp to replicate the hill for the Clemson run out. We hired stunt actors to give us their best jumps in the middle of the hill and run down the ramp like they were getting ready to meet their rival for the biggest game of their lives. We built the Notre Dame stairs leading to the classic tradition of tapping on the "Play Like a Champion" sign. For Purdue, we built the rotating bass drum to pay off their pregame show. Georgia, Boston College, Louisiana Lafayette, whatever that shit is, and Florida State each have tear through banners when they enter the field. To mocap this, we created a door frame. No, to mocap this, we first created a door frame to mocap the header touches for likes for Virginia Tech, Wisconsin, and many others. Then hung pool noodles from the top of that. The players ran through, tearing between the pool noodles to simulate the effect of ripping the banner down the middle. the Gators tunnel. We traveled to Gainesville to get an exact scan of the Gator statue that the players tap on the way from the locker room to the field. We also have created a prop with exact height to mocap tapping the Gator head when walking down the tunnel to the swamp sign overhead. While those are just a few examples of the links that we went to, we can be sure that there's something for fans of every team. We're talking cannons going off for kickoffs and TDs, smoke for UCF's TDs, and all of the way to the fountain of Arkansas State. Man, this is a lot. And to get started with this, the fact that they're doing motion capture instead of actually building, obviously it's animations that they build from scratch, probably without using motion capture, but the fact that they use motion capture for the majority of the props, the scans, the way that people move, like, you will actually be able to feel the emotion of the characters running through a big game, breaking the banner down, doing all of that, and it's going to be accurate. So you won't look at it and be like, damn, that's not how they actually run out, that's not how they actually do things, that's not how they actually do this and that. So that's why I'm like, wow, like, it's crazy that they're actually doing motion capture to actually recreate it to the literally the best that they possibly can. So this is gonna, so when you see South Carolina, I'm a South Carolina fan, so when you see South Carolina run out of Williams-Brice Stadium, it's gonna actually look like it's a Saturday night at Williams-Brice Stadium. This is gonna actually look like real life, and I'm super excited for that. Now that every game won't have that same classic walkout animation that almost every team has in the older games. Speaking of game day, mascots are one of the most fun aspects of college football. The variety and detail is unmatched across sports. This encompasses everything from humans in massive costumes to real animals. We have total 50 mascots in the game, including 40 team mascots and 10 real animals representing their school. For the mascots, we initially did a lot of internal research for each one, checking on what's unique about each mascot and what do fans enjoy about them the most. For example, the Texas Hook'em had Follow My Eyes. The team worked to get that same level of practical effect in the game. Along with the way we talked to alumni and our school contacts to find out even more little detail, mascots such as the Stanford tree that change every year, or even animal mascots that grew over time, such as Ralphie from Colorado, we did adjustments on her as she aged into her reigns. For things that we learned along the way, like how Boomer and Sooner have the OU logo painted on their hooves. Wow. I know we couldn't touch on all the mascots we have in game, but be sure to check out your favorite school and see what unique quirks you can find about them. When we talk about a team of developers that love college football, this is what we mean. One of our developers got in on the action as a stand-in to ensure all of the animals run out were perfect. Go Stu Dubs. They are actually going the links, like writing, like putting the actual logos, the Oklahoma logos, on the hooves of the horses. That's crazy. I'm now like, this is stuff that games should always do. Games should always go to this level of detail, because if you're not going into this level of detail, what's the point? If you're not going to this level of detail for college football, then it's basically just another another Madden. The atmospheres, and obviously the actual gap between players, but the atmosphere is what makes the difference. And the fact that every team, if your favorite team has something special that they're known for, it's gonna be in the game. Obviously, as they said, they couldn't get everybody in the game, but the fact that they got the most important things, and that every team is going to have something unique enough for where you could be like, yeah, this is from real life, or yeah, this is unique enough that, yeah, it's this is only for my one team. And that's crazy. Like, look at this. Like, look at the dog, him sitting with the actual dog, and then obviously the horses. It's just crazy. And now then to combine the mascots with how the atmosphere works in the game and all that, you're basically just adding on, adding good detail. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm so excited to actually get my hands on this game and see what they do with this. Oh man, man, I ain't even got to read it yet. I only read the title. Oh, my goodness, the heading to this. Not only do we have the classic school traditions in the game, but the new era of traditions, including turnover and touchdown props, made it into the game as well. All this action takes place during the gameplay, and examples of what you might see are chainsaws, championship belts, basketball hoops, and even a throne. What? So basically, if you get a first down, if you get a touchdown, you get a turnover, an interception, fumble, whatever, it's gonna be something special instead of just the classic high five, this and that. It's gonna be something special for each thing. You convert a 3rd and 15, boom, your team celebrates. You get a crazy hit stick, fumble, turnover on the quarterback, your team, the defense is gonna celebrate. You get an interception, the defense, the team is gonna celebrate, and the crowd is also gonna celebrate with you too. And the fact that they're gonna have props, chainsaws, championship belts, crazy stuff that you wouldn't find in Madden, that you are expecting and they're actually doing in college football. Where you play is one of the most important aspects of your college football experience. We are proud to say that we worked hard to deliver as many stadiums, which is with as much accuracy as possible. This was achieved by visiting local venues such as the University of Florida to gather detailed references from every corner of the stadium that we could possibly find. Yeah, look at that. Like, the dude is actually, like, they're actually there. They're actually hands-on on the stadium doing measurements to actually make each stadium exactly how they're supposed to be in real life, instead of just rendering it and be like, well, we're just kind of free-handed here. That dude, you clearly see he is there actually measuring, looking at the field, seeing the detail, and that just goes back to show the level of detail that they're going. For schools that were further away, we requested reference materials, and over 80 schools responded, providing an average of 1,000 photos each, amounting to a staggering amount of nearly 80,000 photos to reference from. Additionally, we plan to update stadiums post-launch as we receive new architecture and designs from schools so that College Football 25 is authentic to everything you see on Saturday. Like, look at this Colorado stadium, guys. Like, look at this. Like, look at this Colorado. It looks beautiful. The sun hitting and like you can see the glare and how like the sun hits the certain amount of crowd that's in the way. It just looks so good. To streamline the stadium creation process, the team utilized a special stadiums toolkit that allowed us to develop all the essential structures for a stadium in record time. Things like tunnels, stairs, and stands are crucial to the authenticity of college football stadium, and this tool allowed us to create that experience for you. This toolkit enabled the artist to focus on crafting unique architecture details and implementing real-time lighting effects, ensuring that each stadium was both accurate and visually stunning. This efficient workflow allowed the team to meet the ambitious goal of building over 150 stadiums within a single production cycle while maintaining high quality and attention to detail. Wow. So basically they have a tool that they can use that will allow them to basically, I guess, do the basic main structures of a stadium, I guess, super duper fast, for where you can duplicate it enough where you can get those bases in for where, you know, a stadium is going to be a stadium. Obviously each stadium comes with different shapes and sizes, but they're all a stadium. But they're not just leaving it as, oh, we're just making the base stadiums. They're also keeping the high quality that they would keep if they weren't using the new toolkit device that they have now. Suit up in your favorite uniform. College threads are ever changing every year and even game to game for some teams. Real world uniforms are made with countless variations of cloth materials, stitching patterns, colors, patches, stripes, logos, names, and numbers. To be able to create uniforms for 134 teams with multiple variations and helmets, we had to create a brand new tool set which allowed artists and designers to build uniforms in real time, seeing their work instantly in engine. This allowed the team to create incredibly detailed uniforms across 134 schools. To talk about this is one thing that wasn't in the previous college football games that revamp fixed, and I'm glad that they're actually making sure that every team is going to get a decent amount of uniforms and have the uniforms that they have in real life, because it definitely was plenty of teams that only had 1 or 2 uniforms in the old college football games, when they definitely should have way more variations and way more uniforms. Emotional soundscape. As we were getting the sounds locked in, we knew that the sounds would be just as crucial to nail to ensure the soundscape of college football delivered. The feeling of being at a game, the crowd, band, cheerleaders, chants, PA music between plays is unlike any other sport. So that means that the music, the cheers, basically everything that they just said is going to be for each team. So if your team has a certain song, it's going to be there. If your team has a certain cheer chant that they do, it's going to be there. Obviously, they probably couldn't get every single music and song that every team has, obviously, because that's a lot of copyright and stuff to deal with. But the big stuff that each team is known for, like Carolina with Sandstorm, it's going to be in the game. So you won't have to worry about your team not having their biggest songs that they play. Noise. Over the last 2 seasons, we worked with ESPN to capture crowd audio straight from their broadcast, from Autzen Stadium to Death Valley and more. This content will function as our crowd noise, swells, and reactions that you'll experience in every game you play. Remember that OT game from 2022 between LSU and Alabama? Yeah, we were there and we got all of it. In addition to that game in Baton Rouge, we ended up capturing crowd noises from 41 games in places like Oregon State, Georgia, Florida State, Duke, UCLA, Texas, West Virginia, Georgia State, Miami, Ole Miss, Missouri, Kentucky, North Carolina State, North Carolina, USC, Florida, Auburn, Louisiana, Washington, Alabama, Michigan, and the previously mentioned LSU, Clemson, and Oregon. Crazy. So literally it will be audio from the actual game, in the game. So if you're playing LSU versus Alabama, you're most likely gonna have audio from their game in 2022. So you're really gonna be able to relive college football moments in game with the actual audio from those actual games. This is my fight song. One of our feature producers, Torsten Staley, Oregon marching band alumni, traveled to Nashville to record every team's fight song. We utilized an amazing group of musicians who were just as passionate as us getting these songs right. Many were previous students and alumni from schools such as Oklahoma, North Texas, Vanderbilt, USC, Auburn, and Tennessee. So that means every single team's fight songs are in this game. Every team's fight song is in the game. That is crazy. Every team's fight song. Crowd themes. Another example of what makes college football so special are the theme games when the crowd comes together in unison to create a pattern across the stadium. From the checkerboard pattern at Tennessee to the stripe layout at Boise State, we have over 170 different patterns for schools that have them in real life. Each seat in the stadium was hand set up seat by seat to match the patterns. Also, if your school has multiple themes, those are in too. Here we have the stripe out, the helmet stripe, and then to one of the most electric college atmospheres in college football, the whiteout game. So this is for Penn State. Look at this. So here's basically they're taking a bunch of detailed parts and putting them together to make one coherent, big, dynamic atmosphere. Look at this. So if you're playing at Penn State, the atmosphere won't always be the same, because that's what I was wondering. Like, how will it determine if this could be a whiteout game? Will it always be a whiteout game? And now that we know that the atmospheres is most likely probably gonna be dependent on your uniforms and what game it is, but still, say like just like Michigan and Penn State, we saw the Mo Bamba false start, and that's going to be in the game. Crowd themes. Another example of what makes college football so special are the theme games when the crowd comes together in unison to create a pattern across the stadium. From the checkerboard pattern at Tennessee to the stripe layout at Boise State, we have over 170 different patterns for schools that have them in real life. Each seat in the stadium was hand set up seat by seat to match the patterns. Also, if your school has multiple themes, those are into. Here we have the stripe out, the helmet stripe, and then to one of the most electric college atmospheres in college football, the whiteout game. So this is for Penn State. Look at this. So here's basically they're taking a bunch of detailed parts and putting them together to make one coherent, big, dynamic atmosphere. Look at this. So if you're playing at Penn State, the atmosphere won't always be the same, because that's what I was wondering. Like, how will it determine if this could be a whiteout game? Will it always be a whiteout game? And now that we know that the atmospheres is most likely probably gonna be dependent on your uniforms and what game it is, but still, say like just like Michigan and Penn State, we saw the Mo Bamba false start, and that's going to be in the game. I talked about it in the deep dive video, but the fact that it's going to be, the crowd is all going to be different, and you're going to actually be able to see the different themes that the crowd have around the stands, and the fact that they took the time to set up each seat to how it's supposed to be in real life is crazy. So that means if B12 is the back part, like that back part of that blue S right there, if that's seat B14 at Penn State, I don't know what it is, and that's B14 in the game, and I love that so much. Dynamic attendance. A new feature to help bring more authenticity into the game revolves around attendance levels in the stadium. To help paint a better picture, here's a great example from one of our team members who were playing a dynasty with FIU. During the first couple of games, the stands were not very full, which resulted in lower home field advantage stadium polls. Once he had landed a big win on the road at Indiana and the team record was 7-0, the stands were becoming more full to start the game. By the end of the season, with a 10-1 record and finishing in the top 25 rankings, home games would result in sellout crowds, and the home field advantage meter was now rocking high on the way to the conference championship. Wow. So basically the crowd is, wow. Hold on, let me get myself together. So basically, if you start with a super ass team, the stadium's gonna be empty. Week 1, you come out there with the ass team that just went 0-11 the previous year. Ain't nobody gonna be in them crowds. Would you be in them crowds? I know as hell that I wouldn't. But as we watch the team continue to win games, and they go from a 0 from starting the season off to midway through the season, you're 6-0. Now the crowd and the fans are like, oh, we're starting to win. And then now that the motion is rolling, the ball is rolling, now as the season progresses, you'll get higher attendance, you'll get more stadium pulses, which will make your home field advantage higher. And I love that. That's such attention to detail. Dynasties are going to be crazy, and they're going to be tough, especially at Heisman level with sliders, and you're playing with a super bad team, and you happen to be struggling, you're not winning games, the crowd is just going to make it even more harder for you. And that's how it is in real life. If your team is losing, the crowd isn't going to show up. They're going to be angry, and you're not going to see them there supporting you, which basically gives your opponent an easier time when they come to your field. Crowd section layouts. In addition to seeing the unison of the crowd come together for key matchups, each and every stadium is set up with its band section, away visitor section, and student section. Also, schools are equipped with category props accurate to life, such as pom-poms at Michigan and Tennessee, and towels at South Carolina. God dang, where's my towel? But hey, we're gonna have the towels at South Carolina and Pitt, and even the tiger tails for Missouri. So as a fan of South Carolina, and seeing them in there when the crowd going crazy with the towels, and they're doing the towels up in the air, the crowd is gonna be doing the same thing. High energy student sections. The student section is the lifeblood of the stadium that brings the energy, passion, and emotion that spreads across the full stadium, creating that over-the-top college football atmosphere that we all love. We all know that the students do all games, steer, and cheer. So in the game, the student sections, the student sections the whole game cheering on their team. We capture both male and female actors screaming at the top of their lungs to recreate those high-intensity third down moments. Not only are the big moments captured, but also the heartbreaking ones. Remember the surrender cobra? It's in the game. Just don't miss that game-winning field goal, and you'll be spared. So basically, what's going to happen is that if you're in a crazy third down situation, or you get that game-winning field goal, or that game-winning touchdown, or a crazy 60-yard pass to keep the game going, the crowd is going to be in there screaming, reacting to those specific events. Not only would they have a base level of intensity throughout the whole game, certain moments like third downs, first downs, touchdowns, interceptions will all have specific crowd reactions. And hey, that's as most detailed as you can get right there. Each individual thing that happens have its own reactions instead of one universal reaction. It seems like with hand signals, they put the stuff from the previous one back here again. I guess that was a mess up, but here we go. Hand signals. Next research schools and capture each team's hand signal traditions during pre-game runouts and after positive plays throughout the game. You will be able to see fans supporting the team, which include the Wisconsin's W, the Miami U, the Nebraska Bones, Duke's Bull City, North Carolina State's Wolfpack, East Carolina's Fingerhook, SMU Pony Ears, Kansas State WC/Wildcat, TCU Go Frogs, Rutgers Chop, North Texas Eagle Claw, Rice Owl Wings, UTEP Picks Up, UTSA Shaker Y, New Mexico State Guns Up, Ball State Chirp, Northern Illinois Go Huskies, the Oregon O, the Washington Dubs Up, Texas A&M Gig 'em, Louisiana UL, South Alabama J-Han, Texas State Eat 'em Up Cats, and the Heart of Texas State Sam Houston's Claw, plus many more. So if you have a team that has a unique hand sign, like Carolina do this sometimes, that's most likely it's gonna be in the game. Another huge tradition essential to college football is stadium-wide chants. The fans, alumni, and students all work together to fire up their players as an inspirational rally cry to intimidate the opposition when your favorite team needs a critical stop. For schools we weren't able to visit, we went to the top of the parking lot garage at our Orlando studio and yelled out each chant over and over to nail down the pace and accuracy for each chant needed. 11 sessions later, we ended up capturing over 220 chants for our game, from the OHIO for Ohio to the third down church for the Cardinals of Ball State. We've covered as many as possible. Not only where you hear the chants, but many are timed to the massive crowd movements like Let's Go Blue, with the crowd pumping their arms in the air 3 times, or the war chant with the whole stadium doing the tomahawk chop. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Beyond what, like, these are even more chants. Wow. Like, they even have chants that's specific to conferences, like the SEC. Like, that's crazy. Like, they're really putting the extra mile into each team to make sure that they feel unique, and that if you like this team, you will have a reason to play with them in this game. Voices in the booth. Any experience in our game isn't complete without voices to speak to the action on the field in College Football 25. We have 2 iconic broadcast teams lined up for you. To celebrate, the team of Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit will be on the call in your Dynasty and Road to Glory seasons when your weekly matchup is declared the week of the game. The game of the week. They will also be presented if you reach a conference championship game, each game of the college football playoff, and the college football national championship game. But like I said, we have 2 teams that will be part of your playing experience. Referring back to the Thursday night broadcast game in the final years of our original iteration, the iconic crew of Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock will be back on the call for the games on your Dynasty, for the other games on your Dynasty and Road to the Glory schedule. Each commentator team will be available at Play Now when you're looking to just get a quick game in. Wow. We chose these talented individuals because of the impact they had on the commentary space for college football, and we felt it was best to give you the most authentic and unique experience to date. The team recorded over 68,000 lines and over 8,700 and over 870 hours worth. And all of it was recorded remotely in the talent's home and at least 3 different countries. Each member of our commentary team couldn't be more excited to be part of the experience. Celebration. No season is complete without a championship celebration. Celebrations come on with the glamour, flair, and most important aspect of it all, the hardware. We built each trophy from scratch, matching the weight and dimensions of real life trophies such as the national championship. After building the foundations, we brought the trophies into the motion capture studio and had each team hold these trophies as if they won. We did this to maximize our authenticity. When you celebrate in game, you will see the players actually feeling the weight of, wow. So the trophy in game not only is a prop, but they've created props with the same weight, so you can see, oh, they're holding a 5-pound trophy compared to a 20-pound trophy. You will be able to actually see them feeling like, actually feel the difference in weight, which obviously a lot of people won't care about, but when you really start looking into the detail, this is the stuff that's going to really matter when people actually go to criticize the game. And game flow. Presentation is not just about the visuals and audio, but how the game flows and feels from play to play. We have built a whole new look and feel to the game that takes our authentic atmosphere and pageantry wrapped into our new streamlined PID dynamic call experience. Team members: Chris Hudson, UFC alumni, senior experience designer, and Alejandro Torrenton, FSU and FIU alumni tech designer, helped develop the new play call screen very early in the production cycle. We tested dozens of layout variations throughout the year until hitting the right run. In this new streamlined experience, you won't miss a beat of the action and will be informed on important information pertaining to the situation of the game. Once the play is finished, the screen shrinks to the top left corner as replays and pageantries continue to show. You can start navigating the playbook while also viewing important information / informative data in the top right corner. You'll be able to, while you're picking a play, you'll be able to still see all of this. Basically, the stuff that they're showing right here, you'll be able to actually see is themselves, and that's crazy. So you'll be able to see the fans still moving while also looking at the matchup summary, while also looking at your players and a whole bunch of other stuff while still picking your play. And from the way it looks, it doesn't feel clogged up. It just feels like that they maximized their screen size. So that seems to be it. I have enjoyed reading this and actually seeing what they're actually doing to go into detail about bringing about everything outside of actual gameplay. And I love that they're going into detail for where every single team is going to feel different. Every single team is going to have that unique stuff that they have in real life, and that every single team won't, and that the teams that are small will still feel like that they had love put into them instead of just the big teams like Ohio, Alabama, Oregon, etc. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We are not that far from the game being released. I am not getting the digital deluxe edition because I don't really see a point. I just plan on getting the standard game. So Thursday night will be a stream of the game. We're gonna be hopping in the dynasty, picking our first team, and actually playing college football 25. So please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure that they have more breakdowns coming within the next couple of days, so I will try to keep you guys updated on what's going on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.